The tiny border town Presidio is tucked in the Big Bend region of West Texas. Out here, there are more cattle than people. Life is a blend of American and Mexican culture. The middle school has a mariachi band. These students are beginners.
Two.
John Ferguson is the mariachi band director and the mayor of Presidio.
Meeting will come to order. If we don't kind of take care of each other, we're in a world of hurt because we're so far away from anybody else.
The nearest cities are Odessa, nearly 460 miles round trip, or El Paso, 500 miles away round trip. The closest neighbors are just across the border in Mexico.
Agreement with Ojinaga to help each other out with fire and like extreme emergency services where both our EMS can go over there if needed and vice versa.
About 5,000 people live in the Texas town, and many go back and forth daily to Ojinaga, which is about 5 times the size of Presidio.
Who has family on both sides?
Putting up a border wall is not popular in these parts.
For us to build up a big wall and wall off ourselves, specifically from Ojinaga, is just like, wow, it's really embarrassing just to think about it.
It doesn't make any sense to put a wall. Like, it's not gonna stop people, really. They're just gonna find another way to get over it.
As it is, few people are crossing the border illegally in this remote area. Natural barriers like that mountain range and other rugged terrain keep this part of West Texas from becoming a busy smuggling corridor. If someone does make it across the border, well, they clearly stand out in this isolated area. And could be spotted by Border Patrol, which only caught about 600 people in the Big Bend area the entire last year.
Yearly average, so.
Agents patrol Terry Bishop's land along the Rio Grande, which defines the Texas-Mexico border.
Whenever you'd have a major flow, many times land that was originally in Mexico would end up over here or vice versa. And so the government we all needed a permanent boundary between the nations. And so this way the boundary does no longer change it.
The solution was a levee. Bishop is in favor of a strong border, but does not want a wall. He's worried landowners will lose their property along the river and access to the water. Much of the borderland in Texas is privately owned.
There's no reason that they can't make an effort to take the landowners' concerns into consideration. Have a little respect for their heritage and their traditions.
Spring in Presidio means baseball practice and sudden storms. But if the town loses power,
somebody flips a switch, so to speak, and we can get Mexican power and vice versa.
It's just what neighbors do along this remote stretch of border. For NBC5 in Presidio, I'm Angela Kocherga with the Dallas Morning News.